recovered by Roten. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Bargnani outside. Here's Young. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside too.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Sloan. 5 points in the game. Picked by Bargnani. And Sloan kicks to Bargnani. Offensive rebound. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that had the most second chance points on the season. The 76ers third.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
Noel passes to Okafor. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
That's his second personal foul.
And guys, when you talk about Thaddeus Young, last year was another solid season for him. Excellent job finishing around the rim as usual. Solid rebounding numbers, but still trying to improve his consistency from the 3. He started the season strong in that department and kind of fell off a bit at the end.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Bargnani.
Man, Thaddeus Young, he's really entering the prime of his career right now at age 27. Hard to believe he's now in his 9th season. Only spent 1 year in college. Still plenty of room to grow.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Roten kicks to Iverson. To the middle. Here's Okafor. The 76ers with another miss.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Picked by Okafor. Iverson dishes to Okafor. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Thompson, he's checked in for Robert Covington. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Nets leading by 8. Sloan passes to Johnson. Here's Lopez. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Okafor's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
Now here's Johnson. Tony Roten missing his last shot. Johnson outside. Here's Lopez. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And it's Okafor missing.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. Hits the three-point bomb. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall.
And Philadelphia has possession. 11-point game. Here's Okafor. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Looking at the stats, he's gone 2 of 5 at the free throw line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen even to the best of them. And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
The Nets making a switch here. Bargnani's checked in. Here's Johnson. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
So it's Philadelphia now, down by 12. Here's Okafor. Somehow misses the one-handed flush. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Johnson against Thompson. There's the screen. Johnson kicks to Young. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, last season, Thaddeus Young was moved from Minnesota to Brooklyn, guys. A good move for everybody involved as he helped with the playoff push.
Young last year, as you mentioned, GA, shipped to Brooklyn, provided good punch off the bench.
Yeah, and Young is so efficient in his scoring that he's a great guy to play heavy minutes off the bench. Shot over 50% from the floor in his games with the Nets.
And here are the 76ers now. And then Okafor slams it in.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. The 76ers getting the bucket. Sloan dishes to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Shoots it up. The shot's good from Ellington. Ellington's got 11 points. Philadelphia with the ball. It's a 13-point game. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
Yeah, a division battle. These two squads play each other 4 times this season.
Time to get familiar, and these games always count double. I mean, not just league standings, but division standings at stake as well.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Sloan. He's got 5 on the wing. Johnson. Okafor grabs the miss.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Good. Here's Sloan. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Lionel Hollins as he addressed his team. Young was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Larkin. Bargnani sets the screen for Johnson. Picked by Bargnani. Johnson attacking. Got a hand on it. One-on-one here. Here's Marshall. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Here's Larkin. Johnson outside. Picked by Bargnani. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Landry. Shot's good from Bargnani.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Here's Cannon looking for his first basket still in this one. And Bargnani sends it back. Larkin kicks to Johnson. Finished off the break. And the Nets lead by 12.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here's Marshall. Thompson inside the line. Nice shot from the wing. Thompson's got 4 this quarter. And Brooklyn has possession. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And I really felt in watching that game that they needed to abandon the three-point shot. It wasn't there. The percentage was horrific, but yet they continue to try and knock them down.
And I really think that's what did them in. I mean, sometimes it's just not there for you on the perimeter, and you can't try to shoot yourself out of a bad shooting night from outside.
Now Johnson. Kendall Marshall missing from long range. On the wing, Johnson. 17 points in the game. 4 on the shot clock. Goes up to the stripe. Here's Bogdanovich. Got a hand on it. 1:30 left to play in the third. Landry against Bargnani. Cannon, the pass to Boozer. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Bogdanovich. He's covered by Thompson. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
And Brett Brown wants a timeout. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Here's Larkin. Lopez a screen. Larkin kicks to Lopez. He used that pick to get in close. Lopez has got 6 points.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
Clock is at 3, off the pick. And it's Noel with the rebound. Now the 76ers on the break. And it's Iverson missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Brooklyn ahead, up by 7. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back.